After two terror incidents leaving 6 people dead, police say the attacks were connected. It all started with a van ploughing into pedestrians on London Bridge. One witness says he saw someone jump into the water to avoid getting hit. The attackers then went to nearby Borough Market and started stabbing people. More than 48 people have been taken to hospital. We're learning some French nationals were amongst the victims as well. People in hospital in a critical condition. London police say 3 suspects were shot and killed within 8 minutes, actually, of the initial call-out. They're wearing fake explosive vests. So far, no one has made any claim of responsibility for these attacks. I'm joined now by former FBI Special Agent Bobby Chacon in Palm Springs in California. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. I mean, we're looking for a claim of responsibility, but, you know, what does it really mean when it's just another terror attack on a European capital following in this pattern?
Right. I mean, like you said with Steve earlier, it's kind of getting routine at this point. I mean, the claim of attack. Next day, the family is somewhat implicated in knowledge, and so I think that this one is particularly different, specifically from the Manchester attack, similar much to the earlier attack before Manchester. But yeah, I think that I think they'll claim responsibility whether these guys had been associated with them or not, because that's what gets them the effect. It gets them the press, it gets them the media attention, and in effect, that's what they want.
Should the threat level have been lowered just a few days ago here in the UK after Manchester? I'm not privy to the intelligence that was going on. I think that it's quite possible that this attack had nothing to do with that attack, that the group that carried out tonight's attack or last night's attack was not on the radar as the Manchester attacker might have been, with his father previously being, related to some Libyan terrorists, his brother being known to authorities. So I think this attack, it's not really related to that attack, and so I don't think it's the same thing. I think that it could be that based on the intelligence that they had, it was quite appropriate to lower the threat level. This attack, it doesn't look like it's connected at all to that attack. This is, we're going to learn in the next couple of days, exactly what happened and how these guys put this thing together. But it seems like this is a much lower level group, much less sophisticated. There was much less planning needed to carry this attack out. So, I certainly don't think it's automatically a mistake for them to have lowered the threat level just because this attack happened. If this was a bombing, or if we were already able to tie some of these people to, the cell that was obviously operating in Manchester, then maybe you'd have something to go on with that. But these guys don't seem connected. They don't seem to have been using the same level of sophistication as the Manchester cell had. So it's yet to be seen who these guys actually were. But certainly the modality of the attack, how crude it was, doesn't seem to lend itself to the fact that these guys were, as internationally tied as the Manchester cell was, and so therefore I'm not really, thinking that it was a total mistake to lower the threat level. Based on what they had as intelligence, it may have been perfectly appropriate. Okay, Bobby, thank you for joining us. From